Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams here on Beltway Boxing News and Notes on the Boxing on the Beltway Podcast Network. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the Boxing on the Beltway Podcast Network by going to Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, and as well as on Google Podcast app. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and subscribe to favorite boxingonthebeltway.blogspot.com, where you can make a purchase on the Best Buy and Amazon apps that are on the site. You can always find me on Digital25 and on Twitter at Digital25, and also you can email me at beltwayboxing@hotmail.com. But please subscribe to the podcast once again on Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio.com, forgot about them, and Google Podcast app. Beltway Boxing News and Notes on the Boxing on Beltway Podcast Network is brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief. From boxers to ballerinas, for shoulder pain and muscle strain, everything between. Boxing Along the Beltway recommends Real-Time Pain Relief, the natural, plant-based, safe, fast, and effective ointment. Go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real-Time Pain Relief. You get a free $10 tube of Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. And by DeborahSpears.com, where you have great weight loss tips. You can do it without dieting, eating real food on the way. And don't forget about her great jewelry that you have at DeborahSpears.com. Of course, you have your first purchase 20% off. Shipping is free by going to Deborah, Debra Spears.com. We took a week off from the podcast last week. Not a whole lot was going on, in all honesty. And we picked back up again this week, going into this week. And so have some results for you, some very good results overall for Beltway boxers, both on the pro and the amateur side. And we also have some upcoming bouts in the next week. And then we have a bout coming up in the next 2 weeks that I think will be very interesting. We'll talk more about that near the end of this podcast. Well, in Omaha, Nebraska this past Saturday, the next big thing, Keyshawn Williams out of Washington, D.C., he won a 4-round unanimous decision over Mel Sneger of Portland, Oregon. That was on Saturday evening, October 13th, at the CHI Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, that was on the card that featured a great win by Terrence Crawford over Jose Benavidez Jr. Great bout there. And Williams put on a good show. Didn't get any scores for it, but looked like he was pretty much in control throughout the bout. And Williams did win. He remains undefeated now at 4-0-1, 1 KO. And Sneger falls to 2-3-1, 1 KO. So a good win on the road by now known as the next big thing, Keyshawn Williams out of Washington, D.C. Of course, he had a great amateur career, and be interesting to see how he progresses as a pro. That was pretty much the pro side. We didn't know that Linwood Dozier was in a bout this week, and he lost by third round TKO. So that we must mention that as well. Now, on the amateur side, a lot went on in Chattanooga, Tennessee this week. And the reason why we weren't as proactive as we usually are about getting the results for this, it was very hard to follow the results on usaboxing.org this week. This is for the Eastern. It was for two events, actually. It was the Eastern Regionals. Let me get the right name for it. The Eastern Elite Qualifier and Regional Open Championships. That was one event that was going on that week in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And also, there was a dual event between the United States and Germany that took place on both October 6th and October 12th in the same location in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Let me talk about the dual meets first. And great, two of our Beltway boxers were involved in that. There were Keyshawn Davis and Troy Isley. And both those boxers out of Alexandria, Virginia won their two bouts they participated in the USA-Germany duel. On October 6th, Davis won a unanimous decision at 132 pounds against Murat Yildirim, and Isley took a split decision at 165 pounds against Andrei Merzlakyakov. That's what he's called. Now, the second duel took place on October 12th, Friday, October 12th. And in the middleweight division, Isley won another 3-2 decision against Artur Beck Ohanyan. And Davis moved up to 140 pounds. He won a 5-0 decision over Vladislav Barashnik. So the USA went on to win that dual series 19-6. They won the first duel by 9-4, and then went on to win the second one 10-2. So great event for Isley and Davis, who didn't travel to Omaha, Nebraska to watch a stablemate of theirs, Shakir Stevenson. Now remember, Stevenson is from Newark, New Jersey, but he does train in Alexandria, Virginia. One of his coaches is Kay Karoma. And one of his trainers is Kay Karoma. And Shakir went on to score an impressive first round TKO on that same card that Williams was on at the CHI Event Center in Omaha, Nebraska. So big weekend for Troy Isley and Keyshawn Davis. They won both their bouts in international competition against Team Germany. Meanwhile, and at the event, the Eastern Elite Qualifying Regional Open Championships in Chattanooga, 2 Beltway boxers came away from that event with championships during the qualifiers. Jamal Harvey out of Oxon Hill, Maryland. He won the junior male 114-pound title with a unanimous decision over Keith Cologne of Newark, New Jersey. And also Dante White out of Baltimore, Maryland. He's having a good year or so. He captured the youth male 201-plus title with a unanimous decision over LaMichael Molden of Knoxville, Tennessee. So those are the champions we have. Now, again, it was very difficult to follow it. So if anybody has any information about any other champions I might have missed, please go ahead and email me once again, beltwayboxing@hotmail.com, or you can hook me up on Twitter at Digital25. So congratulations to those great amateurs winning bouts in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now let's turn to this week. Got a couple of events coming up on the road. One is taking place, we talked about this briefly, at the Center Stage NODA in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got to look up one time what NODA stands for in that situation in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is on the Christy Martin Promotions card. It's a 6-round bout between James Too Slick Early out of Seat Pleasant, Maryland. He'll take on Stevie the Ansem Massey of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, Early, as we said, is 3-3, and he coming off a 4-round unanimous decision loss to Ricky De Los Santos at the Twin River Event Center in Lincoln, Rhode Island. That was on May 11th. So the last time Early was in the 6th round, he did win. He won a 6-round majority decision over Joshua Draughter back on April 7th in Sarasota, Florida. Stevie Massey is 7-1. All 7 of his wins by KO. That includes his last 3 bouts have all ended in the first round, including a first-round knockout of Gabriel Braxton. That was at Center Stage on June the 30th. He's fought his last 2 bouts at Center Stage, and 4 of his 8 bouts have all been at Center Stage. So this will be his 5th time appearing there. So Steve Massey looks to take on James Too Slick Early, and that'll be on Saturday, October 20th at the Center Stage NODA in Charlotte, North Carolina. Meanwhile, the D1 Factory, that's in Indianapolis, Indiana on October 20th. Lamont White out of Washington, D.C. in Waldorf, Maryland. He is 1-15, 1 KO. He'll take on Altair Tapia out of Indianapolis. He's 5-0 with 3 KOs. White is coming off a 4-round unanimous decision loss on a rematch against Tariq Irby. That was on September 22nd at the card at Bowie State University, the A.C. Jordan Arena in Bowie, Maryland. Tapia, 5-0, 3 KOs, coming off a 4-round unanimous decision win over Dante Bryant on March 10th at the D1 Factory. So Lamont White, who again has never been knocked out, he has lost 8 in a row since his only win against Roger Belch back on May 13th of 2017 in Norfolk, Virginia. Again, he's 1-15, 1 KO. Looks to try to do something with Altair Tapia, and this will be the 7th straight undefeated boxer that Lamont White has faced. He's faced like the Tariq Irby, he's faced Rashad Kilpatrick, he's also faced Seth Billups among the Beltway boxers in that situation. So that's on Saturday, October 20th, at the D1 Factory in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, next week, we hope to bring you a full preview of the Cy Nation Sports card that will take place on Saturday, October 27th at Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. We're going to try to still do the broadcast for that. Yours truly will be the ring announcer for that card. So we'll try to do some double duty on that particular night, Saturday, October 27th. But as that card has been rescheduled from September 29th, and some interesting bouts, one interesting bout in particular has been added to that card. And I find it very interesting for a number of reasons. We'll talk about it. And right now, it looks like it might be the main event. I don't really know. I got to check with the matchmaker, Brian Dillon. But as of right now, this is a bout that is on tap for Saturday, October 27th. It'll match Washington, D.C., welterweight Shingiskan Tazabai, who is 7-0, 2 KOs, against Juan de la Cruz Rodriguez of Haymarket, Virginia. He's 8-11-1, 6 KOs. Now, interesting for a number of reasons. Number one, for Tazabai, this will be his first 6-round bout. He's coming off a 4-round unanimous decision win over Justin Johnson. That was on September 14th at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And again, his first time going 6 rounds. And he's doing it against a guy who can be very durable at times. And against Tazabai, who has not shown the best of power, although his quality opposition has gone up a little bit. Tazabai scored knockouts in his first 2 bouts. His pro debut back on July of 2015. First round knockout over Brad Sustad. And then on August 28th, both these bouts in DC, by the way, scored a second round TKO over Coleman Phelps. Ever since then, he's moved up a little bit in competition, and he's had 4-round unanimous decision wins the rest of the way. And at sometimes, Tazabai has been frustrated about the fact that he's been getting those unanimous decisions. Sometimes he feels he should be doing more in bouts and trying to knock people out. And he's getting frustrated around that. And he faces a guy with Rodriguez who can show a lot of power at times and can frustrate people at times. And he has been, obviously, where Tazabai has never been, because he's been in a number of 6-round bouts, including his last 3 bouts. He just fought back on October 6th at the Davis Arena, Louisville, Kentucky, lost 6-round unanimous decision to Janelson Boca Chica. That bout took place a couple weeks ago. And no scores on that. But again, he is facing good competition. Rodriguez's quality opposition has been outstanding, including the fact that he's fought, this will be his 3rd straight undefeated boxer he has faced going in his career. He also faced Anthony Laureano, who beat Rodriguez in a 6-round unanimous decision in Uncasville, Connecticut on June 30th. This will be Rodriguez's 5th bout of 2018. Now, the key with Rodriguez, however, is that he does not do well against other Beltway boxers. His record is 0-3-1 against other Beltway boxers. He lost by a 7-round TKO to Michael the Professor Fox. That was back in November 2016 at Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. We had that bout here on the Box on Beltway Podcast Network. He also lost a 6-round unanimous decision to Yuri Polishchuk. He drew with a 6-round bout against Christian Steele, and then he had a majority decision. He lost a 6-round unanimous decision to Christian Steele, and then he drew with Dontre King. And that was a 6-rounder as well. So Rodriguez has been in 6 rounds. That's a big key, but he has not done well, especially against Beltway boxers in that situation. So a lot of different parameters on this card that makes it, on this bout, I should say, that should make it very, very interesting going forward. So, once again, that's one of the big bouts on the card, scheduled for the card on Saturday, October 27th, the Sign Nation Sports card. Jason Bell is still scheduled to take on Cenk Plana. Other bouts scheduled, Justin Bell scheduled to have a bout. Mac Allison's on the card, and Nigel Fennell, many others scheduled to be on this card. We'll give you hopefully a whole preview next Saturday, and we look forward to having a broadcast Saturday evening, October 27th, from the Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland, right here on the Box on Beltway Podcast Network. And that will do it. Very short podcast this week. Again, not a whole lot going on. Things are kind of waning down a little bit for some reason. Of course, some big things come up in the near future, of course. But we'll talk about more about that as the weeks go on. Beltway Boxing News and Notes on the Box on Beltway Podcast Network. Once again, brought to you by Real Time Pain Relief. Go to freepainoffer.com. Buy $10 worth of Real Time Pain Relief. You get a free $10 tube of Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on. The pain is gone in real time. And by DeborahSpears.com, where you have free weight loss tips. Actually, not free, but they are weight loss tips you can purchase on DeborahSpears.com. We also have jewelry. First purchase 20% off. And shipping is free on Deborah, Debra Spears.com. Once again, go to the Best Buy and Amazon links on boxonthebeltway.blogspot.com. You purchase through Box on the Beltway, and you help us and help us keep this blog and podcast free of charge to you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. As always, remember, keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the boxing along the Beltway. I'm Gary Digit Williams. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.